is Neil Ratner Rock Doc here on WDST Radio Woodstock with another episode of This Week in Rock with support from Transcendental and my friend, the amazing dentist and rock star Bruce Milner. Visit Transcendental, his stunning new office at 2 Maverick Road on the corner of Maverick Road and Route 375. During the last week of December in 1974, the original incarnation of Max's Kansas City, one of the most iconic and important clubs in New York City, closed its doors. Mickey Ruskin had run a few bars and coffee houses before opening Max's, which quickly became a hangout of choice for artists and sculptors like Andy Warhol, Robert Rauschenberg, and Larry Rivers, whose presence helped to attract hip celebrities in the jet set. And although many musicians also began hanging out at Max's, as Alice Cooper and others relate, Max's was never intended to be a regular venue for live music.
It was always going to be sort of the Warhol, the Larry Rivers, the New York artists. And then rock and roll just came in as following that in, the second wave. And we just kind of took it over.
Well, Max's did not have live music until 1969, near the end of the winter, 69-70. Danny Fields brought the first bands in. There was no intention to have it be a venue with regular performances. He brought in Stooges, Alice Cooper, Velvet Underground.
Well, I think the Warhol people brought in the rock, Velvet Underground, and I think we were one of the very first bands to play there in 1970. The police actually came in and said, you've got to turn down. We were very loud. I mean, most bands went in there and they were half acoustic and half, we were in there like the Who, in a room the size of a restaurant.
The Velvet Underground are considered the foundational factor for the New York rock scene, alongside the New York Dolls, who followed shortly thereafter, also who were headquartered at Max's for a good part of the time doing shows there.
In November of 1973, Bruce Springsteen and his band played Max's, with Bob Marley and the Wailers as the opening act. And Max's was the club where Aerosmith did a showcase for label head Clive Davis, who later signed the band. By the end of 1974, Max's had lost popularity, and Mickey sold Max's, which reopened with new owners in 1975, and with CBGB's became one of the birthplaces of punk. Mickey famously gave Andy Warhol an unlimited bar tab in exchange for art, so that Andy and his factory associates could eat and drink for free. Andy took over the back room, which became the place to be seen. Soon, David Bowie, Iggy Pop, and Lou Reed were regulars, along with Warhol's latest superstars like Candy Darling, Jackie Curtis, and Holly Woodlawn. Okay, let's listen. Lou Reed and Walk on the Wild Side.